I've watched gardeners spend years babying perennials that barely moved, convinced that slow growth was just part of the deal. Then I started tracking a different category of plants, ones where the days to maturity number on the seed packet made me do a double take. 10 plants made the final list, and the fastest ones don't just grow quickly in the way people casually say that. They are building vascular systems, root networks, and edible biomass at a pace that's genuinely hard to explain until you understand the cellular mechanics behind it. Number 1. Bamboo. Some bamboo species add several feet of height in a single day, and that's not marketing copy. It's actually an understatement once you understand the mechanism. Most people assume bamboo is a tree. It's a grass, and that distinction changes everything. Grasses don't build height the way woody plants do. They telescope. Those hollow segments you can see on any bamboo cane are already fully formed underground before the shoot breaks the soil surface. The plant isn't building as it rises. It's expanding what's already there. That expansion runs on turgor pressure, which is water pressure inside the cells, not cell division. Cell division is slow. Turgor expansion is fast, and the rhizome network underground spends years storing energy to fund exactly that moment. Number 2. Sunflower. Helianthus annus builds a 6-foot structural column with a composite flower head the size of a dinner plate in roughly 60 to 70 days. And the stem isn't just a stalk. It's a vascular bundle system moving water and dissolved sugars from roots to flower head continuously, assembled at a rate that requires serious photosynthetic output. And it's doing this as a C3 plant, which isn't even the most efficient photosynthetic pathway available. The secret is leaf area. Broad leaves go in early, each one a solar panel funding the next phase of growth, pushing glucose into stem elongation and eventually into that composite flower head, which is actually hundreds of individual florets arranged in mathematically precise spirals optimized for seed packing and pollinator contact. That shift from vegetative to reproductive output happens in the final 2 to 3 weeks, and it's where the caloric payoff lands. Seeds with high oil content, edible raw or roasted, produced from a single seed in under 10 weeks by a plant managing its own energy infrastructure the whole time. Number 3. Mint. Mint doesn't shoot upward. It moves sideways, and once you understand how, you'll never plant it in open ground again. Mentha species spread through stolons, horizontal stems that run just at or below the soil surface and drop new root nodes at regular intervals. Each node becomes an independent plant, so mint isn't just growing, it's cloning itself across your garden bed, and it does this fast enough that a single plant can take over a meaningful area within one growing season. Cut it back by 1/3, and it branches laterally, producing more leaves than it had before. Clinical evidence confirms that menthol and rosmarinic acid, the compounds driving that leaf production, carry real antimicrobial and digestive support properties. Number 4. Radish. Read the days to maturity number on a radish seed packet and you'll likely read it twice. Some varieties pull in 3 weeks, and that's not an estimate. It's what Raphanus sativus does biologically when conditions are right. Most plants build leaf canopy first and root structure later. Radishes do both at once because the root isn't just food for you. It's a packed energy storage organ the plant needs to complete its reproductive cycle fast. Cool soil around 50 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit keeps germination on track, and heat sends it straight to seed. Daikon varieties push roots 2 feet into compacted soil, and when those roots decompose, they leave drainage channels behind. Agronomists call it bio-drilling, and it's legitimate soil management wrapped inside a fast food crop. Number 5. Lettuce. Lactuca sativa is about 95% water by weight, and that single fact explains its growth rate better than anything else. It's not building dense tissue or storing starch. It's filling cells with water, which is energetically cheap, and that's why you can cut leaves from it within 4 weeks of sowing. Loose leaf varieties push this further because the central meristem keeps generating new leaves after you harvest the outer ones. giving you 6 to 8 weeks of continuous production from a single plant in cool conditions below 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Bolting isn't triggered by age. It's triggered by longer days and rising heat. So mulch your soil and pick bolt-resistant varieties, and you can delay that clock deliberately. Number 6, Morning Glory. Ipomoea purpurea doesn't build a rigid stem. It wraps around whatever support is nearby and puts nearly all its energy into length instead, which is why a single vine can cover a 6-foot trellis in weeks, while a self-supporting plant is still thickening its trunk. The twining isn't passive either. One side of the stem tip grows faster than the other, which causes it to spiral, and when it touches a fence or post, touch receptors in the stem trigger that spiral response immediately. Botanists call this thigmotropism, and it's an active decision the plant makes in real time. 1 square foot of ground supports 20 to 30 square feet of vertical coverage, flowers included from midsummer through frost. Number 7, watercress. Nasturtium officinale grows in running water, and that environment does something most gardeners never think about. When dissolved minerals flow continuously past the root zone, the plant doesn't need to spend energy foraging through soil. That energy goes straight into producing edible shoots instead, which is why watercress in a hydroponic or aquaponic setup can be harvest-ready in 2 weeks from transplant. Cut the stems and drop them in a jar of water on your windowsill, and you'll see roots before the week's out. No equipment needed. The CDC ranked watercress number 1 in nutrient density across all powerhouse vegetables, scoring it against 17 essential nutrients per 100 calories. Fast growth, highest nutritional output. That combination is genuinely rare. Number 8, zucchini. There's a joke that you should never leave your car unlocked in August because someone will fill it with zucchini. That joke exists because Cucurbita pepo produces fruit at a pace that genuinely overwhelms people who aren't ready for it. After pollination, a zucchini fruit can go from flower to 8 inches long in 48 hours under warm conditions. Miss a harvest by 2 days, and the plant dumps so much energy into that one oversized fruit that production slows everywhere else. Harvesting small and harvesting often isn't optional advice. It's how you keep the system running. A single plant in a good season yields 20 to 30 pounds of food from one seed in under 60 days. Number 9, spinach. Spinacia oleracea germinates in soil as cold as 35 degrees Fahrenheit and produces harvestable leaves in under 40 days. Most seeds can't even start that process in near-freezing ground. So spinach isn't just fast. It's fast in a window nothing else can touch. The cold tolerance comes from proteins in the cell membranes that stop ice crystals from forming inside the plant's tissue. That's not casual hardiness. It's specialized molecular machinery. Nitrogen drives that speed once the plant's in the ground. More nitrogen means more chlorophyll, which means more photosynthetic output, and you can see the difference in leaf size within a week of a compost side dressing. Number 10, aloe vera. Aloe barbadensis Miller is the outlier here, and it earns its place for a different reason than anything else on this list. It doesn't race. New leaves add from the center of the rosette over months, not weeks, because the plant isn't building simple cellulose. It's synthesizing acamonin inside that thick gel, a complex carbohydrate that clinical trials confirm stimulates macrophage activity at wound sites, which is your immune system's actual repair response. That's peer-reviewed pharmacology, not folk remedy. The plant uses CAM photosynthesis, pulling carbon dioxide at night and sealing its pores during the day to conserve water, which limits growth rate but means it survives conditions that would finish every other plant on this list. None of the mechanisms we covered are obscure. Turgor expansion, stolon propagation, aquatic nutrient delivery, CAM photosynthesis, it's all published biology, and it's available to anyone who puts the right seed in the ground at the right time. Match the biology to what you actually need. Radishes for fast proof of concept, zucchini for volume, watercress for continuous nutritional yield, aloe for something that's just always there. These aren't random picks. They're a working toolkit, and you can have all of it producing within a single season. Save this to your reference playlist before your next planting season. The seed packets are cheap,